What's happening, everybody? Another Hood Gaming Podcast. And, before we start this thing off, man, I got to give a shout out to the Patreons, man, because, y'all keep this thing going. I appreciate everything y'all do. And, believe it or not, y'all help me take care of my family. So, I got a lot of love for you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if you on the $5 tier or on the $2 tier. You know what I'm saying? Anything you guys do, man. I'm gonna start putting more content on the $2 tier thing too, man, because I respect y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? And cause you ain't really gotta give nothing. So even if you only give two, I respect that, man. You know what I'm saying? The $10 tiers. I got this program coming up for you guys tonight. I could have did it yesterday, but I don't like recording when I'm tired. Cause I don't like the. I try to put my best foot forth every time I drop something. So, that's why I pushed it back to the night. What is coming tonight is going to be on the escalating and de-escalating sexual tensions. And basically, I'm going to tell you guys how to increase your SMV if you are inside of a relationship. And then I'm also going to teach you guys how to increase your SMV for females that you're cold approaching. For females that you randomly meet, I'm going to teach you guys how to escalate and de-escalate the sexual tensions to help that go better for you. So, if you guys turn in tonight, check that out. That's going to be a good episode for you on the Patreons. If you're on the $5 tier, you're not going to get that program, though. You know what I'm saying? But there are some programs on the $5 tier you guys can check out. I'm going to put a program up there tomorrow for the $5 and the $2 Patreons, and then I'm going to put another $5 Patreon program up tomorrow. So, you know what I'm saying? If you guys on there, check that out. One time for everybody else, all the YouTube subscribers and all that, man, I fuck with y'all. I appreciate y'all. And if you're on my channel, you ain't come in, you ain't subscribed. If you ain't supporting, you ain't important, so I don't really fuck with y'all. But let's talk about this Melo thing, man. This Carmelo Anthony thing, man. And this shit crazy, man. I normally don't talk about sports on my channel. You know what I'm saying? I talked about it a little bit last year on the why LeBron James ain't gonna make the playoffs and it's the Lakers' fault. But this Carmelo Stephen A. Smith interview thing is pretty heavy, man, and a lot of people are talking about it on social media. It's pretty big, so I say let me put my input on. Let me put my little intake on it, man. And this is my thing with Carmelo. This is my thing with Carmelo. I look at guys like D-Wade, who played 16 years. I look at guys like LeBron James. Well, I can't put LeBron James in that category because I do believe LeBron James is on steroids. I believe that nigga on steroids. And so I'm not even going to put LeBron James and D-Wade and guys like Ray Allen in the same category. But Carmelo is out of shape like a motherfucker, man. I've been watching this guy the last 2 years. I watched this guy when he was in OKC. He had a shit ton of open shots. I watched this guy in Houston. He had a shit ton of open shots. And the guy he's not a great catch and shoot player. And if you're going to be out of shape like he is, that's all you could be. Is it fair to ask him to be a catch and shoot player? To me, that's one of the hardest positions in the league to do, is to catch the goddamn ball and just shoot it with no rhythm, with no chance to heat up with in-game play, or no dribbles, no layups, no chance to get hot, to see the ball going to the rim and to get yourself in the rhythm. But if you're going to be a guy that's not in shape, and you're not taking the game, you're not taking your nutrition seriously like you should take it, then that's what you're going to be delegated to doing. I see the same future. I see the same thing in James Harden's future, man. James Harden got man boobs and everything. James Harden need to get his ass in shape. This is why he chokes in the playoffs, man. He chokes in the playoffs because he gets tired. He gets burned out very quickly. James Harden is, I'm telling you, three years from now, he's gonna be on the outside looking in like Carmelo Anthony. Once he hits the mid-30s, and he lose that quick stuff he got, the go and do all the little bullshit he like to do, he's gonna be on the outside looking in. Carmelo, I don't think he's getting blackballed. Well, he's getting blackballed, because he could play in the league, but he's not worth dealing with, to me, To me, I think that's how motherfuckers looking at it. For all the shit he did when he was on top, for all the shit he did, for all the the shit he did with the Knicks, when the Knicks wanted him out. See, this how life works, man. In life, sometimes you gotta play ball even when you on top. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't like to play ball when they on top, cause they on top. Like, why in the hell should I play ball if I'm on top? Like LeBron James, he's getting away with it because LeBron James, he like a once in a generation athlete. But for most people, you gotta understand, just like you gotta climb that mountain, eventually you're gonna have to go down that mountain. So when you on top, you wanna play ball. So when you go down that mountain, the motherfuckers that help you ascend to the top are the motherfuckers that can keep you on the mountain without pushing you all the way off that bitch. Fuck with you, they be like, you know what? When this guy was on top, this guy was cool. This guy wasn't hard to work with. This guy wasn't being a diva. This guy wasn't making it hard for us to run this shit. So we're gonna keep this guy around. See, but everybody can't be the Kobe Bryant that's gonna go out with being one of the worst players in the league in his last 2 years and still get that high ass contract. Everybody not gonna be a LeBron James that year 16 he get a fucking 4-year contract. So you gotta understand, like, just because you great, just because you can be up there with guys like that, that don't mean you're gonna end like guys like that. So when you up there, you can't be all diva-ish. You can't be all fucking up you can't be fucking up your team chemistry. You can't be fucking up the salary caps and all that shit there. And then expect when it's time to go down that people still gonna want to fuck with you. People gonna give you a chance to do what they want you to do. And then if you can't do that, then they gonna kick your ass off the field. That's what's happening with Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo had 2 times to play how they wanted him to play as a catch and shoot player. He can't do that. The guys, physically, you can look at this guy and see this guy's not in shape. And everybody is saying, "Oh man, they blackballing Carmelo. They doing him this, they doing him that." Nah, man, I say Carmelo blackballing himself. I said Carmelo should have understood when he seen his skills declining. Hey, I need to start taking better care of my body. I need to be able to at least, at minimum, be able to run up and down the court with these guys and get easy layups. If I know I can't catch and shoot, this is where self-awareness come into play at. This is where self-awareness come into play at. This is where MJ self-awareness came into play at. This is where D-Wade self-awareness came into play at. And on a lesser extent, even LeBron's self-awareness came into play at. All those guys changed their games as they aged so they could stay in the league. Even Vince Carter, 20 plus years, man, changed his game. Dirk Nowitzki changed his game. Ray Allen changed his game. And all those guys did what? They took care of their nutrition. They stayed in shape. They were amazing physical specimens in their older years. They was in better shape than the younger guys who was out there eating all that bullshit because they was young and they had the bodies that could bounce back from it. Carmelo don't have that type of body. And that's why I brought up James Harden, because James Harden, he going down the same route. He's not taking care of himself. He's going to find himself. See, let me tell you, the streets don't care about what you had. They care about what you got. And life is going to always be, what have you done for me lately? You cannot live off your past achievements. That's the problem with people. Everybody want to live off their past achievements. No. You can look at them and say, all right, bam, you can understand where you came from. But nobody going to give a fuck about what you did 2 years ago if that's not translating into what you could do today. You see? Now, let's say you're a father of a family and you bought a house 4 years ago. Okay. Now, if your kids can still live in that house, they're going to respect you for the house you bought 4 years ago. But now, let's say you the same father of the family and you bought a house 4 years ago and your shit got foreclosed and can't nobody live in that shit no more. Nobody is going to respect you for the fucking house you bought 4 years ago. So it's like if what you did in the past don't translate to what you could do now, nobody is gonna care. Nobody's gonna care about Carmelo being one of the best scorers in the league 4 years ago if he cannot do it today. Now, if he could still do it today, people will be talking about what he did 4 years ago because it'll be a continuation of what's happening in the present day. They'd be like, "Oh man, Carmelo been doing this for 4 years straight." Just like once LeBron stopped making the finals, people gonna stop caring about how he made the finals 8 times. If he go 2 more years without making the finals, nobody gonna be like, "Oh man, LeBron still making them." LeBron, he always in the final. They're gonna be like, "Nah, he did that a couple of years ago. He's not doing that no more." So now it's going to be whoever the new guy that's making the final. He's going to be the guy that everybody talking about. Most likely it's going to be Kawhi or Giannis. Most likely. Because those guys are in great shape. Those guys take care of their nutrition. Those guys are tightening up their skill sets. Those guys are the future of the NBA. So I really don't feel bad about Carmelo not getting the job. I watched the interview. And yeah, he's still talented enough to play in the NBA. But if I'm a coach and I'm looking at this guy and I'm looking at how this guy take care of his body, and I'm like, dude, just because you talented enough to sit on the bench, that don't mean I want you on the bench. I'd rather have guys that are hungry, that are on the way up, sitting on my bench instead of having a has-been who I could probably put in the game for 3 or 5 minutes before he gets too tired and people start blowing past his ass on offense, sitting on my bench taking up that space. You're taking up space for the future. It's like you got to understand when to get out the way. You got to understand when to get out the way. Carmelo Anthony don't understand when to get out the way. I see this happen a lot in life, man. When you got people who get too old for the shit they trying to do and they don't understand when to get out the way, then that's when bullshit happens. Like, you got old niggas on the street. You can't be in the streets for too long before the young cats tell you to get the fuck out the way. You can't be out here making money, take your ass to jail for 6-7 years, then come home and try to do that shit again. Them young cats gonna tell you, "Hey man, you got to get the fuck out the way." I don't care about how good you was. I don't care about how much respect you had in the early 2000s or the late 2015 or 2000. Motherfucker, it's 2024 now. Get your old ass out the way. That's why a lot of street legends end up getting hurt out here, man, because they get big, they get real big, then they get locked up, and then they come home and they try to continue what they was doing before they got locked up. And then they run into motherfuckers who don't give a fuck about how big they used to be or how much respect they used to have. And then the shit go down like that. You got to understand when to get the fuck up out the way. That's in everything. That ain't just street shit. That's in basketball. That's in life in general, man. You got a lot of people at these jobs, man, and sometimes the jobs have to make their ass retire because they don't want to get the fuck up out the way. They too old to do the fucking job and they still want to do it. That's one of my biggest problems with the NBA and the NFL. Old ass referees, man. As you get older, your hand-eye coordination, all that shit will decline. You don't need old motherfuckers refereeing these games. I think they should have players. I think referee jobs should be reserved in the NBA for players who play in the D-League. And I think for the NFL, it should be reserved for players that play in the CFL. Players that know the game and players that can keep up with the speed. They may not be good enough to actually play in the league, but they good enough to keep up with the players and know the speed of the game. I don't think you should have all these old ass officials with like 3 or 4 hairs on their head calling the fucking games. One, they old as fuck and they slower than the game, and 2, it's easier for them to be bribed and manipulated because they have more experience with the game. They done have more ups and downs. They know the ins and outs of the game. They know how to get around the tricks and the trades of the shit. So it's more easier for them to be manipulated. I think they should have young guys refereeing the game that can actually keep up with the players, and will bear more. The younger guys will bear more of a burden for trying to throw a series than the older guys because the young guys will be more accessible. because the young guys would like to go out more. The young guys would like to do other shit to where people can actually connect with their ass for when they do try to fuck up the series. You know what I'm saying? Them older guys, man, they lives over with. They done did everything they want to do. They'll blow a whole fucking series and go home and scratch their ass and won't nobody never see them. So that's what I think, man. But yeah, man, Carmelo, you got to get your old ass out the way, man. You know what I'm saying? If you a player that been in the league 16, 17 years and you can't produce how they want you to produce, no, you don't need to be in the league with a job, man. Taking up valuable space. Nah, should somebody give him a coaching job so he can coach up and coming players on how to work on their offensive skill set, because he does have a legendary offensive skill set. Yeah, I think he should do that. Like Patrick Ewing was being a center coach or some shit like that. He should do that. But as far as being in the league, dude, if you're not going to have yourself in the type of shape you need to have yourself in for a player who been playing professional basketball for 16 years, then nah, man. Ain't nobody trying to look at your ass on the court getting blown by just because you got number 7 on your jersey and everybody know your name. Take your Hall of Fame ass to the Hall of Fame. You know, be happy that you was a 10-time All-Star, 6-time All-NBA, scoring champion, one of the best scorers of all time. And, you know, go off that. Get your ass off ESPN First Take crying, talking about they blackballing you and all that shit though, man. You done did that shit 16 years, man. Most basketball players don't see 5 years, man. I'm talking about good players. Caron Butler was a great player. A lot of people don't know him. A lot of people don't see him like that. But Caron Butler was part of the Big Three in the Washington Wizards. You don't become part of a Big Three without being a good player. He ain't get 16 years. A lot of people don't make it that goddamn long in the NBA, bro. But that don't mean they ain't good players, man. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean they got blackballed. Just doing a sport like basketball puts a lot of wear and tear on your body. So if you are not the type of guy that's going to take care of yourself physically, you know what I'm saying? It's not worth it for an organization to waste time, to waste resources on you, because every player takes up resources. Everybody you bring in your life takes up resources. You do not want to waste resources on unproductive people. Carmelo Anthony is unfucking productive. If y'all don't take nothing from this podcast, do not waste resources on unproductive people. So, hey, man, do I feel sorry for Carmelo Anthony? No. Sit your ass down. Stop doing interviews, bro. You are unproductive. The league has passed you by. Just like all these old ass niggas in the street. You need to get out the way. Get the fuck out the way. Let the young cats do what they do. It's a young man's game. With that being said, y'all be cool on your stool. Look for the Patreon show tonight. And you know what I'm saying, ain't nothing cooking but 2 peas in a pot. Mama hungry and the baby need milk. If you can, put some on that PayPal, man. I will appreciate it. I appreciate it, man, because when y'all do that, man, y'all help me, do a little simple thing, man. If you just want to buy me a drink, man. Shit, I'm over drunker, man. Buy me a drink. You throw $2 on that shit, man. Put that shit toward a bottle of Alizé or some cognac or some shit like that, man. And I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I'll fuck with y'all with that. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, y'all be cool on your stool. Ain't nothing cooking but 2 peas in a pot. I'm going to holler at y'all later on tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to put out a couple of shows over this weekend so you guys can have some content to listen to. And I'll get at y'all.